Hurricane Gordon was downgraded to a tropical depression last week after small planes seeded the storm with Prozac. Thank you. Thank you very much. Uh-oh. 8 seconds in, I'm getting flathead. Like a Dick Tracy villain. All right. How was your Thanksgiving, everybody? You all good? Yeah? Mine was trip-the-fantastic. Although I'm still having panic attacks from seeing Dennis Franz's naked ass on Tuesday, huh? Night sweats. Well, let's see who fed it and who ate it this week. Clinton Thanksgiving dinner was delayed for a couple hours as it took the president a while to think of something to be thankful for. In a story on the school prayer front, Jesse Helms said that a moment of silence instead of an actual spoken prayer would be like, quote, kissing your sister. Now, Jesse, are you saying it's a good thing or it's a bad thing? Senator Helms went on to say that President Clinton would need a bodyguard if he ever went to North Carolina. Helms later claimed that reporters misunderstood him through his hood. House Speaker to be Newt Gingrich told a reporter this week that he felt homosexuality is an orientation, quote, like alcoholism is an orientation. You know, as for me, Newt, I feel homosexuality is an orientation like being a divisive, hate-mongering, pain-in-the-ass demagogue is an orientation. But that's just me. I didn't think this was a big Newt fan club tonight, huh? So I need. The third in command of the country has the same name as the little Minotaur on Hercules. Thank you. Good. Makes me feel good. David Crosby finally received a liver transplant this week. Unfortunately, the donor was Keith Richards. And in Virginia, former Miss Williamsburg, Tracy Lippard, was convicted this week for using a hammer to try and kill the woman who took her boyfriend. She has to serve 6.5 years now, and she's probably going to lose her Miss Congeniality crown. Judge said if for any reason she could not serve her sentence, the first runner-up would maybe went to the standard beauty queen pool once too often there, didn't I? In his exclusive 5-part interview on KCBS TV in Los Angeles last week, Judge Lance Ito actually said his fame has given him, quote, newfound empathy for people like Madonna. And I see the tie-in here. Both of them will bang on a desk any chance they get. Who moaned? Who moaned? Come on. Oh, okay, like Madonna doesn't fuck indiscriminately. All right. I'm the bad guy there. All right. Another victory for the American Civil Liberties Union this week. The ACLU has gotten high school officials in Hollidaysburg, Pennsylvania, to rescind an order demanding students shower after gym class. The ACLU argued that forcing students to use showers in public was a violation of privacy. You know, I used to think the American Civil Liberties Union was a bunch of dickheads. Now I realize they're a bunch of tiny dickheads, all right? Jesus Christ. Let's get on with it, boys. Saturday's jackpot in the National Powerball lottery is $70 million. Unbelievable. It would make it the second largest prize ever won. The odds of winning are estimated at 1 in 55 million, roughly the same chances you have of the cable guy showing up on the day he's supposed to. Why is it in America that going somewhere, buying something, calling someone, just about any transaction you can name in America is as nerve-wracking as a Bosnian grocery run? Why is it that seemingly everyone with a job along the Great Service Highway is an uninterested sociopath with the interpersonal skills of a Wolverine? I don't want to get off on a rant here, but why is it that I can't seem to go through the simplest major hassle with anything? For example, I recently subscribed to a magazine. After paying for it, they sent me another bill. I called them to rectify the situation. They assured me they'd correct the problem. I then started receiving 2 copies of the magazine each week, one addressed to Dennis Miller and the other addressed to Denise Miller. Now, I want to know 2 things. 1, how can they not know they're sending 2 magazines to the same address? And 2, how did they find out about my cross-dressing? You know, nowadays, half the people you ask for help say, "It's not my job, man," and the other half don't have a clue about how in the hell to do their job. See if this sounds familiar. Hotel clerks who, even though you requested a non-smoking room, give you a suite that smells like Dennis Leary's index finger. Maids who don't give a shit about the do not disturb sign and come through the door like Pete Wilson raiding the kitchen for green cards at El Polo Loco. Movie ushers who constantly ask you to remove your feet from the seat in front of you, but refuse to even shine their flashlight on the gang initiation golden shower taking place during The Lion King. In trendy restaurants from the Upper West Side of Manhattan to West Hollywood, the one dish you can be sure is on the menu is attitude. Now, I know all these waiters and waitresses have the talent to be the next Luke Perry or the next Luke Perry. Couldn't think of anybody else that bad. And excuse me for wandering into your restaurant in a quest for sustenance to jam in my pie hole, but from the time you strap on your Buford Pusser pepper mill to the time you drop your last check, do all of us hungry patrons a favor and use your sense memory to portray a wait person who gives a shit about the customer they're serving, even though that customer rudely insists on not being Mike Ovitz, okay? And you know, it's not like I don't sympathize. I've been in the vast service gulag. After I graduated from college, one of my first jobs was as an ice cream scoop at a Village Dairy in Pittsburgh. I'm standing there at age 21 in a paper hat with my 2 fellow employees asking me if they're going to find the driving test hard. And the prettiest girl from my 5 years ago senior class walks in to order a cone. She recognizes me and tries to cover her discomfort by making awkward small talk about sugar versus cake, as I think, yeah, I'll get laid on this planet. Sure I will. And I once had a job cleaning toilets for a living. On the night shift, for Christ's sake. Got that? I didn't even rate cleaning toilets during the day. My bosses actually thought to themselves, yeah, Miller's good. He's real good. He's just not ready for the show yet. You know, I know jobs can be unrewarding, but I'd like to go on vacation for a week, call the paperboy and ask him to suspend delivery during that time and not come back to 9 newspapers sitting outside my doorstep, screaming to every lowlife in the area, "Yoo-hoo, over here, nobody home." I'd like my groceries in a bag that will actually contain what I purchased and not open up like the Bombay doors on the Enola Gay as soon as my pickle jars are over the cement driveway. I'd like the universal remote I bought to change the channels on my TV and not shut off the neighbor's home dialysis machine. And you know, while we're on the subject of inefficiency, why doesn't somebody warn you that the Stay Hard cream will short-circuit the auto suck? Are you with me on that? A little too specific? All right, let it go. Walk away from it. Never happened. And I think the labor unions have got to step up and take some of the blame for the morass of ineptitude in this country. If I just want a simple light moved on this show. More importantly, I've had it up to here with corporations pushing the fucking unions around. If you haven't... You know, if you haven't been laid off by now, you're working overtime. Companies are lean and mean, and so is the service they give you, lean and mean. Still, a lot of the blame falls on us. There seems to be this notion that good, honest, hard work is something to be viewed down our collective snout. Doesn't make workers at the bottom of the totem pole feel very good, does it? If you want better service, the next time you see one of those workers in an Employee of the Month photo at a fast food restaurant, suppress your urge to make your friends laugh by ridiculing the guy as a dork and a loser with a bad haircut. Instead, why don't you seek out the guy who actually took pride in doing his job the way it's supposed to be done and thank him for dotting the I's, crossing the T's, making sure there's toilet paper in the stall and ketchup in the dispenser. Make that person feel good, because they're the last thin blue-collar line between a frayed but still functioning society, and full-blown will be there anytime between 8 a.m. and 6 p.m., or maybe we won't even show up at all. Ass-face anarchy, all right? And let's grab the reins as consumers. Don't stay on hold forever. What's that? I should press 1 if I'm calling from a touch-tone phone. Hey, Hal, I'm pressing flash because I'm hanging up now and taking my business to a human operator. Don't settle for the fish nugget and the green spooge. Turn the car around, go back and demand the goddamn cheeseburger you ordered. And lastly, let's get our pride together. Go to the whip and regain our position at the head of the socioeconomic pack. How about less billions being spent on getting the war machine cherry and a few more billion in tightening up our educational system? Forget the moment. Let's forget the moment of silence in the morning. Why don't we shoot for a moment of science, okay? It's time we stop looking up at Japan's ass. And you know why? Because that definitely is not our job, man. Of course, that's just my opinion. I could be wrong. I want to know what you think. Thank you. I want to know what you think. Very inefficient applause. I want to know what you think, America. Give me a call at 1-800-LACTOSE. Our guest tonight is a well-known white Nike fetishist whose sitcom is the one that I definitely feel should be loaded in the time capsule as representative of the best our generation has to offer. Ladies and gentlemen, Jerry Seinfeld. Jerry.
Come on. There's a hole in the sandbag.
Just wanted the verite feel.
Oh, this is great.
Nice chair?
Yeah, this is...
Like Hope and Crosby and On the Road to Hong Kong.
Did anybody test this chair?
Huh?
Did anybody test this out?
No, man. Nobody sits in this before you.
This is not human. Nobody sits like this. Because no, really, I mean, this is what you're talking about.
Go ahead.
Right? I'm going to go with it.
Run with it.
They say it looks nice with the back on an angle.
Yeah.
So here I am.
Huh? All of a sudden, you're at the gynecologist.
That's right. That's great.
Fine, man. How you doing?
Good to be here, Dan.
I was just talking to Jerry backstage. He's always a good friend of mine. I don't think I've seen you in over 2 years we were talking.
But you know, we started together.
Yeah.
We started Raw.
I remember Jerry, one of my first nights in New York, I'm standing in the comic strip. He's talking to Jimmy Brogan, who went on to do, what was it called? Angels in the Outfield? And
Out of the Blue.
Out of the Blue. And Jerry came back from the Playboy Club in Great Gorge, New Jersey.
Right.
And he had made $175 that night, and you were like God, man.
Yeah. Well, I was at the Playboy Club.
Huh?
Moreover, I was at the Playboy Club, which nobody had ever been to.
The hippest thing?
Yeah.
We're in Laney Kazan's room?
Well, that's when we thought that we were going to be...
Laney had a room on both coasts.
Well, we thought we were going to be playing the Playboy Club and Mr. Kelly's and all these, and then We didn't know there was no show business out there.
Yeah.
You know, we started out in comedy. You don't know there was no business. There was no work.
Then you end up in Birmingham, Alabama, working a club called I Don't Get It or something, you know. What about inefficiency? Now, do you think it's like endemic to America, or do you think this stuff permeates all cultures across this globe?
I don't know why anything should work. I don't expect anything to work. I'm not surprised that it doesn't work. I expect things to not work.
So,
you know, so when it does work, see, if everything worked, then, you know, people that work couldn't work. Because, you know, anyone could do it. It's good that everything sucks.
You know him as the star of his own show, Kierkegaard. Jeez, babe, you flipped me out. I thought it was at Helena's with Tim Leary there.
The only problem is probably a lack of qualified stupid people. You see...
Good quality stupid people.
Quality stupid people. You see, now we have low quality, we have high quality stupid people. Stupid people that think they're smart. See, that's the problem. Stupid people that don't think they're smart do their job because they know they better do it. You know?
Wow. I've never felt more like a Nazi.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here nodding thinking, I got 5 people watching me to begin with, and 4 of them just clicked that for Urkel. Jeez. What about stupid people in other cultures? Are there anything you find stupid
Well,
like?
see, certain cultures accept their lack of inefficiency, like the Chinese.
Yes.
You see, they're sticking with the chopsticks, you know? Now, they've seen the fork. We know they've seen the fork. But they're hanging in there. We're going, yeah, sure, yeah, we've seen it, but we're staying with the sticks. You know there had to be a farmer at some point. Get up in the morning, he has his breakfast with the chopsticks, he goes out in the field and he's shoveling with a shovel? I mean, come on, figure it out. You got a shovel? Put 2 and 2 together. He's not plowing 40 acres with 2 pool cues.
We've got a phone call on line 1.
Am I right?
He's right. Wow. You turned me into Leno. You got me doing Leno. Line 1, we got Tim from Pottstown, PA. Timmy, talk to us.
Hello.
Tim.
How are you guys tonight?
Can't you get rid of the hello part of the call-in? We don't need the hello. We're all here. Just...
We're trying to streamline,
inefficient,
Timmy.
yeah.
Okay.
It's a show about efficiency.
Go ahead, shoot.
Efficiency. My way for efficiency here. Why doesn't President Clinton stop cutting programs and social services and start cutting congressmen and senators?
Tim, we're doing a comedy show.
Well, there's not much more
You
comedy
steer
than
me into the wall like the kids in Village of the Dam. Bam! It's over.
Tim, it's 1 sandbag per show.
Wow. Timmy. We got to split, Timmy. You hit the bat chute on us, baby. Line 4, we got Laura from Jacksonville, Florida. Laura?
Hey, guys. I just want to say I love you both. It's glad to see you together.
Thank you.
But I do have a question. I want you to know there is no lack of high-quality stupidity in the fast food restaurant around the corner from my house. I want to know, why does it take 20 minutes for a hamburger through the drive-thru, or 30 minutes if you go inside, and you still walk away with a flat Diet Coke? What's the deal?
Because they're using the fizz as part of the energy conservation system. That they recycle the fizz to keep the oven. I don't know how they do it.
Don't ever go to the drive-thru window, because that's where they dump out all the Andromeda strain that they don't have the balls to sell you face-to-face. You know?
No doubt.
Here, he'll get home, he'll realize he's a shithead, he won't have the moxie to come back and ask for another one.
Oh, yes, I will.
Speaking of food, now there's some foods that I just find really inefficient, like,
Well, watermelon has actually, they've come up with the seedless watermelon, which is certainly a tremendous advance. I don't know what they're planting to grow the seedless watermelon, but the impressive thing really is the scientists, the genetic, Gentech people that work on...
Gentech people, sure.
That bioengineer this stuff. And the question is, what kind of scientists are they? Because, you know, other scientists working on AIDS, cancer, heart disease, and these guys are going, no, I'm going to focus on melon. because thousands are dying needlessly, but this got to stop.
Yeah.
You know.
All right. Signing. I only got a brief little timer. I have to say goodbye. You want to stay and watch the news, or you want to split? Or what do you wanna
I'll
do?
watch from the audience and enjoy it.
All right. Jerry Seinfeld, folks. Yeah. Thank you, boss.
Thank you. Thanks.
Stay here.
Oh, okay.
Stay here in the uncomfortable chair. Well, like those old space movies. That's right. Well, what have we glommed from tonight's little diatribe? We've learned that for most people, work is a dismal, unrewarding, 8-hour sentence in Attica's ass-blasting tank. And if you need a worker to be alert and on the ball, you're up the deep creek without the paddle you ordered 6 to 8 months ago from Hammaker Schlemmer. Your coat will be lost in the coat check, your packages will arrive smashed, and your baggage won't arrive at all. You'll buy bruised fruit, stale milk, and boxes of broken crackers. You'll check into hotels without towels, valets will total your car, and a dry cleaner will shrink your clothes. The gas man will spot weld you to your house 12 hours and reschedule on your wife's birthday. The cable guy will hook up Iranian soap operas and forget ESPN. No matter how badly done the job is, you'll pay too much to have it done and have to finish it yourself. And after a life of petty annoyances, insults, and indignities, you'll be cobbled into a coffin 2 sizes too small, dropped into a swampy grave on your head, and spend eternity with your neck bent backwards staring at your own ass. Ah, fuck it. Who wants pie? Yeah! Plan. I'm in a Bye, Jeff. Home turf. Our last show was in Las Vegas. I just want to thank the MGM Grand Hotel for letting us have the run of the place. Okay, now let's take a look at the big screen. Nightmare on Elm Street, Part 1. President Clinton appointed a new White House barber this week. Politicians gathered this week at the Republican Governors Conference in Williamsburg, Virginia, vehemently denying that their party lacks diversity. Stated a conference spokesman, as you can see, we have everything from white males under 40 years old to white males over 40 years old. GOP congressional leader Dick Armey holds in his hand every single new idea the Republicans will offer up this year. Bob Dole shows reporters his alternative to handing out condoms in school. So then the first homeless guy turns to the second homeless guy and says, "What do you mean you threw the cardboard box out? That was my house." Here we see newly crowned House Speaker Newt Gingrich being prepped for another speech by one of his handlers. After a weekend cruise in the Caribbean paid for by the National Review, Newt Gingrich took the train at the Atlanta airport to get his Louis Vuitton luggage, take his limo home, and cut government spending. Here we see Republican Governor-elect of New York, George Pataki, at a news conference where he promised to cut government costs by reducing duplication of services. Here we see Boris Yeltsin touring the disputed Estonia-Russian border. Yeltsin declared that Russia will not give up a single inch of Russian land. Never cut out on the punchline, Chet Forty. In China, even the mundane task of gathering urine samples takes on a traditional air of celebration and beauty. Death to America, death to Israel. Ah, fuck it, death to everyone. Hang on. It says here that we will probably have to wait for a while till we can launch an all-out jihad. And in the meantime, we should just kill amongst ourselves. What is a jihad? It's like a jihad that Buck Owens plays at. What the hell was the jihad? Heidi, 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 ho. Actually, this is the Heidi Fleischtrau. Here, Heidi is sporting her college co-ed look, which would normally run you about $1,000 a night. Man, everybody's been so nice to me this week, feeding me all kinds of stuff. I'm exhausted. I think I'll just head over there and put my head on that tree stump. Here, a group of kids from Kansas reenact the first Thanksgiving meal. Later, the Pilgrim kids banished the Native American kids to live in a barren section of the playground. Well, in duck terms, fat, drunk, goofy bastard shooting at us season opened this week. Here we see the NRA Art Department unveiling their new Christmas card this week. The inside reads, "Here's to carrying a peace on earth." New Jersey unveiled its first attempt to revitalize its tourist industry this week, Calamari Town. Why, yes, as a matter of fact, there is a doctor in the house. Here we see Pennsylvania state troopers testing the new Deerhead Pez radar gun. Classic British thespian Peter Ustinov is seen here reacting to the news that he has indeed been cast as Slappy, the irascible lifeguard cook on Baywatch. It was announced this week that George Foreman is the new spokesperson for the Shut the Fuck Up About My Diet and Let Me Eat My Goddamn Hamburger Foundation. Sorry, wrong house. So sorry. Wrong house. Oops, sorry, wrong house. My mistake. Sorry, wrong house. Sorry. How about now? Is the picture better or worse? Well, once again, down at Disneyland, Goofy was arrested on sexual harassment charges this week. No, go into the picture. Stay on the picture. I demand you go back, see, so they can see that he's behind the woman. Stay on it. This is actually Adriana Casoletti, the original voice of Snow White. She was honored as a Disney legend this week, put her hands in the cement and signed her name, which was later revealed to be the bottom of a contract, relieving her of all residual payments by Disney. Well, actually, I do know where we can get a sharper knife to carve the turkey with. Guess what, folks? That's the news, and I am out of here. Good night, everybody. Ding dong, the cannibal is dead. Sloppy. Thank you. Don't, all right. Don't get sloppy. I got rid of the Avion. Been drinking it for 3 years. The bastards never called me. I went to this company. All right. Nice to be here, kids. Let's see who fed it, who ate it this week. Jeffrey Dahmer, convicted of murder, necrophilia, cannibalism, sentenced to 15 consecutive life terms, is now officially down to 14. That's 14 for all of those. For those of you keeping score at home. As you all know, Jeffrey Dahmer was tenderized to death this week by a fellow prisoner, Christopher Scarver, a first-degree murderer. Evidently, Scarver told prison officials that he thinks he's the son of God. Well, if it were an elected position, he'd certainly be the front runner, huh? Dan Quayle is expected to make a full recovery after being treated for a blood clot in one of his lungs. His doctors told him to get plenty of bed rest and not blow soap bubbles for the next couple of weeks. It's not known if Quayle has had circulation problems in the past, other than the obvious one of being avoided at parties. Just teasing, Dan. If you're watching in the hospital, get well, because we need you back. Oh, God. You are the font of all humor. Well, this week, O.J. Simpson's attorney, Robert Shapiro, said he forgives the victim's family members for prejudging Simpson a killer. The victim's family returned a favor by forgiving Shapiro for being a shameless, arrogant, spin-doctoring media whore. You know, I thought he was cute at first, but this nitpicking's getting a little sickening, isn't it, huh? Did your guy do it or not? As Serbian forces have stepped up attacks on Bosnia, the United Nations, in effect, has given up on its efforts to uphold peace in that civil war. And in a related matter, the UN has officially changed its logo to a deer caught in the headlights. Philip Morris, facing criticism this week that they are targeting youngsters to begin using smokeless tobacco. The cigarette maker denied the charges at a press conference where they introduced their latest product, Mighty Morphin Chewing Tobacco Pogs. You see the Star Trek special on CBS Wednesday night? They covered 30 years of the Star Trek phenomena. My, how the toupee styles have changed over the years, huh? The Supreme Court edited a federal law against child pornography this week, saying there must be proof that a defendant knew the nature of the material. Clarence Thomas did not write an opinion, but he did shout out, "Will everybody stop looking at me whenever they mention porno?" Don't you just love watching a guy like that squirm? Isn't it funny? I mean, how sometimes you hear a story like that and it warms your innards like a deliciously evil hot toddy. You know what they call that? Well, the Germans have a word for it. Bex. No, actually, actually, it's called Schadenfreude. And while there's no literal translation in our language, loosely stated, it means the malicious enjoyment of another's misfortune. Leave it to our Teutonic friends, the Germans, to concoct an intricate glossary of pain terminology. You know, I don't want to get off on a rant here, but what is it in people that makes them happy somewhere under the social graces, under the upbringing, happy in a secret place to see hard times descend on others? And not just their enemies, but strangers, acquaintances, and even friends. Well, the truth be told, I believe we are all, oft-times, megalomaniacal, green-eyed monsters who think that there's a finite amount of success floating around in the universe, and who, like Miss Hathaway at the garter toss, believe that if we don't fight for our position, we will perpetually be left longing for our big piece of the score pie. Where would People magazine, The Star, and the National Enquirer be without Schadenfreude? Don't we read these rags so we can think to ourselves, I can't believe he got caught, or wow, my life could be a lot worse, or thank you, dear God, for not making me Mickey Rourke. And you know, it's just not common folk who dwell in it. You know who's knee-deep in Schadenfreude right now? George Bush with Clinton. You know, Bush was sitting down in Houston in a condo in his undies with a big joint watching C-SPAN. Barbara! Is this the sense of me, or did he just hire Gergen? Put that purple teddy on, baby. Bring me a Corona. Schadenfreude. Schadenfreude is as old as the scriptures. Believe me, when the girls in the Red Sea Bowling League heard that Lot's wife had morphed into a pillar of salt, the deer-licked jokes flew. And the hottest new show place for Schadenfreude is the tabloid television shows, projectile gossiping disguised as journalism. You know, folks, hard copy is to journalism what Lieutenant William Calley was to thatched huts, all right? Let's be honest with each other. We don't frequent these shows because we think some information exchange of consequence will occur. We watch them to reassure ourselves that there are freaks out there who are forced to eat way more shit than we do. And when rumored troubles of the tabloid shows aren't enough, we dive into the verite human pain shows like Cops and Rescue 911 because it allows us to sit at home in a warm bed and revel in the fact that our face isn't being jammed down into that wet pavement by Officer Wedge Figgis of the Pensacola Police Department. We will take anybody's pain, anybody whose life is unraveling like a cheap Jamaican espadrille. Just get the camera on the sticks and take off the lens cap, baby. We need another hit. If that seems harsh to you, one way to keep your sanity the next time you're feeling shitty about not feeling shitty about somebody else feeling shitty is to remember that Schadenfreude cancels itself out because others feel it just as strongly about you. There's a massive common pool of ill will out there, and we all siphon off a bit of it and smuggle it out into the common yard like dirt in the prisoner's pants legs in The Great Escape. We might as well face the fact that we sometimes relish in the setbacks in other people's lives. We need to admit that the feeling has been built into the lining of the human heart from the clay model on, so that when we experience this imperfectly human joy at another's tale of woe, we won't feel freakish and broken. It might be nasty, unkind, brutish, but Schadenfreude is on the DNA map, folks, a familiar haunt on the double helix. It dwells there because in the grand scheme, you want to know that there's a buffer between you and the tater seller. Hey, you might not be in a first-class cabin, but let's face it, it's a good feeling to know that everyone in steerage is going to have to wait until you get your ass in a lifeboat before they're even allowed up on deck. Of course, that's just my opinion. I could be wrong. I want to know what you think, America. Give me a call at one... Thank you. Did they hit it? I am so lame. America, I want to know what you think. Give me a call at 1-800... I've got, like, the biggest dreadlock down my throat. Jesus. Give me a call at 1-800-hairball. No, 1-800-lactose. My guest tonight is a very funny man. He is also the Bob Vila of neurosis. Please welcome the star of HBO's Larry Sanders Show, Garry Shandling, folks. Garry.
Every time a friend succeeds, I die a little.
Gore Vidal. You find any presence of Schadenfreude in your life, Gare?
Well, you know, first of all, I found it interesting that you refer to it always in the third person. You said we, you, us. So I don't know how you feel about it, because I always have a feeling that you love other people. You are knee-deep in other people's...
I am in the Marianas Trench of Schadenfreude.
Exactly. I brought a list of your references with me, so I hope I can follow you along. What was that tater thing you said in the monologue?
Tater seller.
Tater seller.
That means that's like the lowest rung on the food chain.
That was funny.
So.
All right. There was a... I love you. I don't always understand you, but I love you because of the warmth.
What's the fact?
Now listen, seriously,
There we go.
I was thinking I don't really think about other people's failures because I'm too consumed with my own. And I was really on the hoping to be on the show that was about narcissism, because I only think about my failure and how it relates to me and my career and what other people are thinking about it.
I'm not having a guest on the Narcissism Show.
Oh, it's just you.
Yeah.
And just a mirror.
And good assist, because I think that was going to...
You know, I guess there are different kinds of Schadenfreude. There are so many different circumstances. What is so funny?
Because now I'm thinking I said it wrong. That's how narcissistic I am.
No,
I'm
I
thinking,
thought at first you said Shatnerfreud, which I think is the fear of Patrick Stewart failing, or the hope that Patrick Stewart is failing. It doesn't really matter. This is HBO. And welcome to the HBO family.
Thank you, Gary.
By the way, we are up against the Weather Channel, so calm down. So now, listen. So let's examine. So I don't ever. I guess there are cases where I pull for someone's, not pull for someone's failure, but get a little tinge. If there's somebody who threatens me in my career, who I feel is coming up behind me, who is sort of doing the same thing and doing it a little better than me. So let's Carrot Top, for example.
I think...
I saw him on the Tonight Show pull out the bulimic toilet seat, and I thought, and it didn't go over, and I kind of got a little tinge of, all right.
you know, I think we're all looking over our shoulder at the top.
Yeah, no, you have to. You have to, or over the top of your shoulder at the top. But really, we can edit that out, because thank God this isn't live. But it's probably in all, I think you probably feel with people who are in just the same field as you. When you said Jeffrey Dahmer was killed, I'm sure Charlie Manson went, all right, all right. Charlie Manson said, yes, I'm back on top. I'm the reigning nutcake. Now, I don't know that if you're somewhat enlightened, well, you could always slip. I'm sure when Jim Baker went to prison, the Dalai Lama said, yes! Another guy, Jim Baker, of course.
Well, is there anybody that you feel it about right now?
I feel it about Carrot Top, and I feel it about people in real life who, like, when I'm driving, just pass me in the car. When I see them get a speeding ticket down the block, I kind of get a little, there you go. That's what
You know, who I would think you would get a good dose of Schadenfreude about is, I would take a guess at Kelsey Grammer. I would think Kelsey Grammer.
That is Frasier?
Yeah, Frasier, because I noticed that his show beat yours for the Emmy for Best Sitcom.
Right.
And now he's been... I don't know exactly what's happening, but it has something to do with him and one of the little chicks from Mothra or something. And
yeah, he has a
16-year-old lover. So
okay, so
I would think he would delight in that.
So he's got an Emmy.
Yeah. And
he had a 16-year-old girlfriend, right? So what's the bad thing that happened to him? No, I thought the concept was something bad. Bad has to happen to him.
We've got a phone call.
I'll tell you, I dated a girl in high school who dumped me for the football player. Now, let's say she got the clap. I would be pleased.
Yeah.
I would go, all right, it all comes around.
Well, cheerleaders try to get applause. It's a clap applause joke. Come on, lay off me. Where are we at? Christ, I got 3 cameras.
Are we taking phone calls?
Line 1, Mary from Dempseytown, Pennsylvania. Go ahead, Mary.
Yeah.
Is that near Angel Louis Firpo Town?
Well, not quite. I live in Egypt.
What?
You live in Egypt?
Yeah, you know, that place in Egypt.
All right.
Can you just go on to the next call?
You know, Mary, the call's breaking up.
Okay.
Mary,
now,
you know, we're going through a tunnel right now.
You feel Schadenfreude. Now listen.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, bye-bye. You don't want Mary.
Sorry.
No.
Sorry, Princess of the Now.
I'm actually pulling for Mary's failure right now. That's the Schadenfreude that I feel.
Line 3, we've got Howard from Gunter, Texas.
Hey, guys. I just wanted to say that where celebrities are concerned, at least, a lot of people like to see them fail because these people grow up wanting to be famous, and once they become famous, they seem to act like some type of royalty who doesn't have time.
Assholes. They act like assholes.
Basically, they don't have time for autograph stickers or anything like that.
Never you.
Not this man.
Never you.
Not this man.
Never you.
Not this man.
I think that they need a little bit less arrogance.
Gunter.
Cut him off.
I think they need a little bit less arrogance.
Cut him off.
Excuse me. Gunter, You've mistaken us for a show that gives a shit.
Yeah.
All right. Line 4.
Now that I'm on HBO, I don't have time to talk to that man. I'm a big star. I'm on HBO.
Gunter.
I can't believe they only gave us 2 cameras, HBO.
You know
get 4
he's getting
cameras.
it illegally, too. Gunter.
Gunter. I got to get an atlas and see if there is such a place. I say Gunter's his name.
Me, too.
Yeah.
And he's living down in South America.
He's living
with
in Bob, Texas. He's
Mangala.
just confused.
All right. Line 4, we've got John. Now, would you want to get in on this conversation if you were a phone caller? Because we're just eviscerating people. They call, we shit on them, we get rid of them. But John's going to
Those
weigh
are my
in.
fans.
We've got line 4, Johnny from Rockford, Illinois. John, go ahead.
How you doing, Dennis?
See,
What's happening, John?
can handle it.
Not a lot. Good. Dennis, do you think that the comedy clubs are dying because of the political correctness in this society? It seems like a young, talented comic that gets up on stage, does a joke mildly distasteful, the politically correct cows in the audience.
You know, John, I think they're dying because audiences are getting stupider. Take care. Clear? Boom.
right.
Line 2, we got Jack from Long Island. Go ahead, Jackie.
Yo, Dennis, nice show. Listen,
Thank you, Jack.
What's your opinion of college professors who get their rocks off humiliating students? And what recourse would you take for that student if you were that student?
There are.
You better watch what you say. You're going to be called as an accessory to murder here. What, Doug, have you had a run-in with a prof lately? Indiana Jones put you down or something?
Oh, yeah, big time.
What happened, babe? Lay it on me.
Well, it had to do with his speech. I had told her what the topic of my speech was going to be. It happened to be on Ralph Nader, and she felt that was inappropriate. Actually called him a bleeding heart liberal and refused to hear what I had to say and turned it into a complete debacle in the class.
Debacle.
Boy, I see some
Isn't it
erections.
debacle? Cut him off.
No, he was good. We've got a kid. We've got a kid here we can help, for God's
no,
sake,
you're right.
Gary. We've both lived a little.
You're right.
This
Come on,
kid's
Gary.
in trouble. He's having
man.
erection problems since the incident.
You got that right.
Well, listen,
You know,
how...
here's a little tip for you. I used to, in high school, for the spelling bee, used to slip in dirty words and just claim to be a bad speller. So they go, spell disestablishment. Disestablishment. M-A-S-T-U-R-B-A. Disestablishment. T-I-L-N. Disestablishment. And then they'd go, no. And I go, oh, I failed spelling, didn't I?
All right. Do we have time for another call? No? We got a split? I have to wrap up here, and I'm going to do the big screen. You going to stay? Can you stay
Yeah,
through the end?
yes, I'm
You going to
staying.
watch? All
Yeah.
right. Gary Shandling, folks. Give him a hand. Well, thanks, Gary.
Good, Dennis.
Want some water? What have we learned from tonight's little presentation? We've learned that under the thin crust of social convention is a misanthropic ogre that pulls its lips up in a reptilian parody of joy every time the prom queen gets knocked up and goes to live in a trailer park with the clod she jilted for you, who was a great high school quarterback, but is now the beer-bellied porn addict with the job skills of Goober Powell. Underneath the thin coat of exterior latex we call civilization, we are still a pack of baboons who howl with laughter when the head baboon falls out of the tree. We're competitive animals, and while it's good to get away from the lion, it's even better when the monkey next to you stumbles, gets caught from behind, and disemboweled. Fuck it. Who wants pie? I'll be right back. Thank you. If you're washed up and you know it, clap your hands. If you're... Hillary Clinton put a star on top of the nation's Christmas tree in Washington, D.C. this week. Hillary said, you know, from this height, I can see Marion Barry buying a doobie on 14th Street. Here we see Chelsea Clinton playing the favorite aunt in Washington's ballet version of the Nutcracker. The role of the Nutcracker this year, of course, will be played by Newt Gingrich. Well, the Republicans are back in power. Look for renewed funding for the Super Collider project. Hi, kids. I'm Governor Pete Wilson. If you want toothpaste, show me your green cards. Doctors say that a baby born on a TWA flight en route to Orlando is doing just fine. TWA says they're proud the baby was born on their watch and then proceeded to charge the joyous family an extra $450 for the tiny unticketed passenger. Mike Sullivan, the head of the Wisconsin Department of Corrections, announces the winner in Wisconsin Lotto's How Long Will It Take for Somebody to Waste Dahmer contest. Mr. Shapiro, on a scale of 1 to 5, 5 being really unbelievably fucking guilty. 10-year-old, I don't have to play. I don't want to be a juror. 10-year-old Taylor Agisti played Christmas carols at San Francisco's Grand Hyatt Hotel for the graduates of this year's Santa class, said little Taylor afterwards. You know what I want for Christmas? I'll tell you what I want for Christmas. I want someone to explain to this room full of jagoffs how to tip a piano player, all right? I don't care what you're in the middle of. We've got marital problems, Luther. Dr. Bilecki is here to help us. The future farmers of America elected their first ever black president this week. 20-year-old Corey Flannery of Chicago issued a statement of cooperation with all corn, wheat, soybean, and dairy farmers. He then told cotton farmers to kiss his ass. Here we see U.S. Trade Representative Mickey Cantor carefully avoiding stepping in bullshit during an interview on Capitol Hill this week. Well, it's been 7 years, so Secretary of State Warren Christopher returned to his home planet to get laid this week. Here we see Israeli Prime Minister Yitzhak Rabin clearing out the West Bank. And now that the Serbs have seized power in Bosnia, UN Secretary General Put-Off Gali arrived for negotiations this week. R.J. Reynolds Tobacco Company plans to market a smokeless cigarette next year, and they are also promising smokers it will produce a tumorless cancer. Good work, boys. All right, we've got 2 for this next one. Petey the polar bear played in the waters of the Central Park Zoo this week, but it was just no use. He was overwhelmed by the nihilistic realization that he and his partner, Ginzy, were merely 2 separate beings randomly thrown together and consigned to a hellish existence of boredom and captivity in a universe devoid of meaning. This morbid thought obsessed the angst-filled creature, filling his waking hours with a sickening dread that was at odds with his seemingly serene countenance and playful demeanor. Or, I love my ball. Good one?
That's a good joke.
You delighted in my success.
That is a good joke.
You're a good guy. Heidi Fleiss was convicted of pandering today. She could receive up to 11 years in prison, but I'm thinking most men out there are hoping she'll be sentenced to community service. Or, I love my balls. That's the menschiest thing I've ever seen, man. Here we see Bill Cosby listening intently for another product endorsement offer. Unable to handle the pressure of the upcoming Christmas season, Santa Claus let off a little steam at the North Pole Holiday Inn Lounge last week. Klaus reportedly had several Mai Tais and took a swing at a patron who taunted him by repeatedly calling him Saint Dick. You know, actually, I did do a little modeling when I was younger. And in Washington, D.C. this week, a group of tourists just happened to be walking by the base of the steps of the Capitol building when Attorney General Janet Reno's skirt was blown up by a gust of wind. Bit player Demi Moore gives a thumbs up to the media after attending a screening of Dennis Miller's latest movie, Disclosure. Man, the realtor told me this apartment was near the airport, but this is fucking brutal. They sunk our battleship. Look at that bailiff. Thin, weak, sickly. I'll bet he needs a doctor. And finally, you want lies with that, sir? Guess what, folks? That's That's the news, and I am out of here. Gary Shandling. For Benito. You can leave, man. This past Thursday, of course, was Bring Your Daughter to Work Day. That is, unless you're employed by Senator Bob Packwood. Thank you very much. Blew my leg out today trying to get weird with myself on the Craftmatic bed. All right, nice to have you here tonight. Let's see who fed it, who ate it this week. The Richard Nixon commemorative 32-cent stamp was launched on Wednesday. Now, if you mail a letter using both the Richard Nixon stamp and the J. Edgar Hoover stamp, the letter comes already opened. Postal officials say you don't have to lick the Nixon stamp, you just wipe the sweat off the front and apply it to the back. Never too late to get a kick in on Big Dick Nixon. Judge Lance Ito met for the second time with the jurors of the O.J. Simpson trial this week to discuss the firing of 3 deputies. The jurors are completely out of hand. They're now demanding that Ito shave his beard and dance for them. Just had a private moment. One of my writers told me that joke sucked, and I didn't believe him. And he's starting to look downright Nostradamusinian. Many Major League Baseball teams and players are trying to regain the affection of their fans through promotions and discounts, including 10% off on all players' autographs on opening day. So it's, but he thought that one would work. So what does he know? Oh, here's one you'll like. This is a tasty little Fabergé egg. In an attempt to increase tourism, New York City handed out apple-scented air fresheners to 12,000 cabbies this week. These air fresheners will replace those human shit-scented air fresheners that they gave out last year, and nobody. Thank you. Thank you. Like you, you're a very fecal crowd. Fickle. Just working the words. United States is welcoming Turkey's decision to withdraw 20,000 troops from the northern border of Iraq. The U.S. says they'll know when the troops from Turkey are ready to leave because that little thing will pop up. Oh, that is the lamest joke I ever told. The Benedictine monks of Santo Domingo de Silos in Spain are complaining that although the recording chant has sold over 5 million copies worldwide, the monks have seen only a small fraction of the profits. Father Sergio Pagan, the spiritual leader of the monks, confirmed the report, saying, quote, basically the record company fucked us. That would be the ironic applause for the man of the cloth saying, fuck. George Foreman retained his heavyweight title earlier this week in a 12-round majority decision. Foreman said he suffered no apparent brain damage and said he plans to fight George Foreman in July. University of California study, here's my favorite story of the week, says that the average erect penis is 5.1 inches long. Surprised your hands were free to do that. It says, I was thinking. I thought to myself, you don't have anything there. And then I thought, say it, hand, dick, it'll get a laugh. But if you peel back the joke, there was nothing there. Just some vague reference to him handling himself. This study, I don't believe this study, first off, because I gotta believe it's skewed towards bigger dicks. I mean, what guy is actually gonna go get his dick measured? It's gotta be a guy with a kickstand. I mean, you think some thumb dick is gonna go in and say, yeah, put a roller next to my mouse. I want the whole world to know I'm hung like an amoeba. In a related story, a group of urologists said that it is concerned over penile lengthening and girth enhancement surgery, saying the procedure should be considered, quote, unsafe, experimental, and dangerous. A group of female urologists, however, say their findings show the technique to be, quote, safe, effective, and fun. Does size matter to women? I don't know what women want. Nowadays, it seems like they want other women. No. Some women want 0 from a man. Others want lots of zeros from a man. Now, I don't want to get off on a rant here, but I called up a female friend of mine the other day and posed the question, what do women want from men? She was genuinely excited and began in earnest to address some of the issues. That was 3 days ago. She's still talking. I had to pull the plug on the phone and cut the fucking pole down outside my house. I'm not going to stand before America tonight and try to speak for the female gender. I've only been a woman once in my life, and I was young, drunk, and in love. Let's see. The myth is that women want Brad Pitt in the bedroom, Brad Pitt in the kitchen, Brad Pitt around the house, Brad Pitt during a game, Brad Pitt when they're sick, Brad Pitt in conversation, the body of Brad Pitt in Legends of the Fall combined with the voice of Brad Pitt, and to top it all off, the IQ of Fabio on 2 bottles of NyQuil. Another myth is that a woman must be married by a certain age or she'll never find stability. Hey, I got news for you, ladies. Looking to men for stability is like going to Crispin Glover for psychoanalysis, all right? And yet a third myth is that men think women like guys who are dangerous. As a result, guys will often smoke cigarettes, drink too much, and ride a motorcycle without a helmet. Women don't like guys who are dangerous. Women want us to think that because women are trying to kill us. Finally, many of the myths between women and men concern sex. Sex is an area that increases the chasm between the genders. You know, it's insulting to her that you persist in going right to sleep after sex, and you resent that she dismisses your desire to have midgets film your lovemaking. If you want to know what women want in bed, it's very simple. Women are really not that exacting. They only desire one thing in bed. Take off your fucking socks. And by the way, they're not going to invite their best girlfriend over for a threesome, so you can stop asking, okay? But enough about all the myths. Let's get to the facts. Now, I'll be the first to admit that men's advice on women is about as reliable as an M16 in the mud. But this is what I kind of, sort of, maybe think women want from men. And this one's going out to all the ladies in the house. Sorry, I just always wanted to be a Vegas asshole. All right. 1, foreplay is not a privilege, it is a birthright. 2, if you take her out to a fancy restaurant, don't try to subtly steer her away from the lobster diamond, Jim. 3, quit blowing smoke up women's asses about the sanctity and power they possess as life givers, and come up with some decent, affordable child care. That way, maybe poor single mothers can go to work, get off welfare, and we wouldn't have to listen to any more assholes in Congress blathering about orphanages. 4, equal work for equal pay. Look around you at work, guys. Look around you at, let's say Carl, the brain-dead jag-off in the cubicle next to you. You could kill Carl, couldn't you? Because he's a slacking, worthless, toady idiot. Now imagine making 30% less than Carl. Hello? 5, okay, this is very important. During lovemaking, don't ask, who's your daddy? Even if it's a joke, it's not funny, all right? 6, when her mouth moves, pay attention. Words could be coming out. Words are kind of important. 7, pass a law that makes it compulsory for all over-the-hill rock stars to have women their own age in their videos, okay? 8, don't ask her if she came. You're a big boy now, Clouseau. You should know if she came. 9, don't tell her how to merge, and she won't tell you to ask for directions. And 10, when she catches you cheating on her and cuts off your dick in your sleep, take it like a man, okay? So guys, it's really not that hard. At the end of the day, when all is said and done, what women want from men is this: equal pay, fair treatment, respect, patience, sensitivity, passion, and a genuine effort at understanding who they really are. If that's too much to ask, how's about a big fucking diamond the size of your head? Of course, that's just my opinion. I could be sleeping on the couch. Yeah, I want to. Thank you. Thanks. Thank you. It's a love fest here tonight, Walton Mountain at Christmas time. I want to know what you think, America, so why don't you give me a call, 1-800-LACTOSE. My guest tonight is a lovely and talented actress who drove into the national consciousness in the movie Speed. Her, although I saw her in a little gem called Demolition Man the other night. Sly's never been better. Her current film, While You Were Sleeping, is a hit nationwide. She's a genuinely nice person. I just worked with her on a movie not long ago. Please welcome Sandra Bullock, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, doll. You're over there. See?
This is nice. Pillows here. It's
The
very
people like you. No? All of a sudden, I'm at Plato's West. Now, before we get into the topic, I have to ask you, this must be, you know what, ordinarily, that you don't have this like...
Can I remove these?
Yeah, you want to get rid of those?
Yeah. Would you
all
take
right,
them?
sorry.
All right, there you go.
Ordinarily, you don't really see when I've never known anybody who's right in the midst of becoming a big star. And I know you're going to tell me you're a working actress and all that because you have to do that because I know you're a nice person. But this
Okay.
must be an incredible week for you because you're up in Nova Scotia. You're not really privy to all
Why
this.
don't you tell everybody where I am?
Oh, I'm sorry. Not that Nova Scotia.
The other one.
It's another one near Temecula. Not the real one. But it must be so exciting. You got the #1 hit in America. How do you feel? Great or scared or what?
I don't know. Because I was all geared for the subject of what women want from men. You didn't tell me you're going to
Well,
go
I
down the
just
right
wanted
field.
to. I just feel so good for you because
Thank
you're
you.
a good person
You know,
and you're
it's
sweet.
interesting. It's really interesting. That's all I can come up with right now. It's very interesting. You know,
Yeah.
when you're watching. You know, like today I was, working out. It's the first time like in a year. That's not the point. I was working out and I came back to my bedroom in E Entertainment. You know, E.
What is this Earth thing you call E? No, God, I know what E is.
Are you okay?
You made. Well, you said it to me like I had never seen it. You
Well, I
know?
don't
It's
know.
like-
I don't know what you do
Yeah,
in
I've
your
heard
private
of,
time.
Well,
You
sit
watch
at
E,
home all
obviously,
day
and
and
watch
watch E and
okay.
masturbate to the OJ trial.
You don't really do that, right?
No,
okay,
no,
you're just
there's-
kidding. You're just kidding. Okay.
There's no TV on. Hey, Bill. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it real
Okay,
quick.
all right.
real quick.
What, are we gonna do this?
Yeah,
do
scene
you want,
from
do you want me to
Speed.
do
Okay,
like the?
I'll
Okay.
be Keanu.
Okay.
You're,
Okay, hold a second. Hold a second. Get on or get off.
what?
Get on or get off.
Get him! Get off! Get off! All right, that's very well. That was my favorite moment in Speed. Get on or get off. Get on or get off!
And I had to hear it every single day.
I
when
know.
This guy was really good in the little film that we did together.
Did a little piece of magic
Little
called The Net with Erwin Winkler.
Winky. Winky. And he was really good. Yeah. Very romantic and studly and very.
Now let me ask you. Talking about romantic and studly, what are you looking for in a man? What do you?
Oh God!
What do you
gonna,
dig in
are
a
you
man?
gonna go there
Huh?
to that nasty place? What are we? I thought we were going to be in the general place with the women, so we're going to go to what I want. Or are we just talking me as in?
Well, yeah, okay. What do
representing-
most women want in a man, and you being a woman would be included in that collective? What are women looking for? Because I don't think men have a clue.
Well, that they're male, that they're a man, male.
So the penis
Manly.
would be a thing.
Penis would, that usually comes into play when you say man. Usually, not always, though. Not that I would know.
I'm hanging out in the wrong clubs. And what do you look for psychologically in a man?
Psychologically. The thing you said about, I don't know if this has to do, it does kind of have to do with the psychological background of a man, is the sock thing. You're absolutely right. They should take off the socks. That's a big thing for me. I mean, I don't know if that's a big thing for anybody else, but I like that. That's a good when they come off.
If
the
you were
socks.
really excited sexually,
Yeah.
and a man came walking in with like black knee-high mailman socks
exactly.
on.
No, I can't go there.
couldn't- you
Can't go
couldn't
there.
do it.
No.
All right. Well, if
I
we
go
can't
right
go
to
there,
sleep.
we'll go to line 3, which is Derek from Kentucky. Derek, you have a little question here?
Yes. I was wanting to ask, what role do you think that the media plays in what America thinks women want from men?
I'm so sick of fuck the media. Let's go to another question. Line 2.
That was so rude.
No, I'm sorry, Derek.
So
It's just
sorry.
I'm
Okay,
sorry,
I
but
didn't
that
mean to
was
cut
that
you
same. All week long I hear this. The
Have
media
you?
makes all this shit up.
Oh, really?
Everything. The
I think
media-
it's just, it's like animal instincts. You just like what you, it goes down to like chemistry. You know how dogs greet each other? That we don't have to get that literal. I'm not going to sniff people's rear ends or anything like that. But I think it's just, you never know. You could have a really beautiful guy that kind of looks like whatever, him.
Right.
And then you could have a guy named Bob who weighs 400 pounds, and for some reason you just love Bob.
That is so much bullshit. Let's take another.
I'm leaving.
Let's take another question. This is line 2. It's Dee from, there's a reflection, Belmore, New York. Dee?
Yeah, hello?
Hi, Dee.
Hi. First of all, Sandra, I think you're a very talented actor.
Dennis or me?
Second of all, my question is, do you feel that women really want to be treated completely equal to men?
Dee, do you have a phone or a cheerleader megaphone? What do you, I can't hear Dee. Dee?
Yeah.
We got a bad connection, hon. You're gonna have to speak up a little.
Okay, do you feel that women really want to be treated completely equal to men?
I mean, in some areas, maybe not. I mean, not like I want to go out and be a linebacker with the rest of the boys. I mean, that.
Yeah, you want the man to defer
I mean,
a
you know
little.
what's? I mean, I'm incredibly independent, but I mean, it's nice when somebody holds open the door for you. Because I used to always bolt for the door until recently. I just kind of let somebody else take it. It's just, it balances itself out. Just, you know, all depends, I think.
Dee, did that answer your question, dear?
Yes.
All right, now you get yourself a phone. Well, see, I mean, it's a bad connection. It's like the ham radio Cheetah used at the end of the Tarzan movie
I'm
or
never
something.
calling into your show. I am never.
All right, now I
my
have to go
God.
over and do the news thing. Can you stay and watch the,
Yes,
the
I'll
end
stay
of the
and watch
thing?
you because you're so
Huh?
good at what you. I'm very proud of you.
Yeah?
I'm a little nervous for you, but it's
Because
okay.
when I was on your turf,
Yes?
you were the one who was self-contained, and I was a little nervous.
No, you were not. You were not. I was self-contained.
I was in a pamper the whole time.
You were in a diaper.
I was so nervous.
There you go.
Oh, I did want to tell you that we give all our guests here at the show. Is this it? We have a little
Oh, don't, it's
gift.
going to be like really.
It's a Bill Pullman sweater. And we give it to each of our guests. It's a Bill Pullman autographed
okay,
sweater.
all right. This is the joke that just never stops, isn't it?
Okay.
Okay.
I'll be right back. I got to do the news, and we'll be right back. Sandra Bullock, ladies and gentlemen, give her a hand. How much time? Quicker. All right. In an effort to downscale government. Need a picture. In an effort to downscale government, Al Gore has had his head surgically implanted on President Clinton's shoulder. Newt Gingrich's openly lesbian sister came out again. All right. Here we see high school student Mark Jennison showing Newt Gingrich his term paper on how shirts with vertical stripes seem to make the wearer's overhanging gut disappear. Okay. Here Newt Gingrich shows other Republicans how to throw the baby out with the bathwater. Former Secretary of Defense Robert McNamara was the recipient of this year's JFK School of Government's Monday Morning Quarterback Award. Here you go, Mr. McNamara, and could you please sign it to Jerry? Sorry I consigned your brother and 58,000 other Americans to die in a far-off land and then backpedaled 30 years later to make a buck. Yours sincerely, Bob McNamara. Thank you, Bob. Here we see the Polish foreign minister taking Warren Christopher out to lunch for Secretary's Day this week. Well, the left hand feels like Senator Packwood's, but the right hand definitely feels like Senator Kennedy's, and I'm going to take a wild stab at it and guess Clarence Thomas? No, see, there's one thing I don't understand about women. Women always poo those jokes. Those guys are bad to you. You've got to dislike them. Don't stick up for them. We've drummed that into your head too much. You should take a stand. Fuck those guys. They're bad guys. A virgin was sacrificed to appease the mighty Washington Monument this week. Okay, how many of you still can't see it? And give me that wide shot again. Oh, no, on me. Like fucking Eddie Rabbit or something tonight. And I love the rainy night. All right. Budget cuts finally seem to be affecting the Coast Guard. And According to a recent study, more and more doctors are using leeches for medicinal purposes. And in a related story, here we see the live entertainment that was provided for the sequestered O.J. Simpson jury this week. Ironically, it's the same thing they see every day in the courtroom. All right, we've got 3 for this one. Ito's a jerk. Pass it down. Or, look, the second button on Marsha's blouse is open. Or, Judge Lance Ito fined O.J. defense attorney Robert Shapiro $1,000 Thursday for repeatedly kissing his paycheck while court was in session. And Judge Ito has found a way to keep the jurors from walking out again. People, please, this is ridiculous. Just let me finish up here at the urinal, and then I'll be glad to answer your questions. Bachman Turner Overdrive announced they will soon be touring again. Thank you very much, Your Holiness, but I was specifically told there'd be sacrificial wine here this morning. In Moscow, an old woman finally gets her hands on a loaf of Russian Easter bread she got in line at age 34. And now a public service announcement. If you don't already have tickets for the John Tesh Live at the West Bank Mitzvah Dome, do not buy from scalpers. The security will be tight. Convicted tax evader Darryl Strawberry plea bargained and luckily avoided time in prison where Strawberry's name no doubt would have been changed to Cherry. We have 2 for this one. Suzanne the seal frolicked in the sun for the visiting children at her home in the Bronx Zoo. But it was no use. This isn't fun anymore, she thought. It's degrading, soul-crushing, and endless. Yet, to get her daily ration of fish, Suzanne knew she had to keep up appearances. So she clapped, she swam, she barked. She barked louder than she ever barked before. But it was a bark that said, "You have taken my spirit. I surrender. I am dead inside." Or, "Arr, arr, 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 arr." It was such a long way to go to have to eat shit. Okay, Bachelor Priest number 2, same question. Wait, it's working. I hear thunder. That is thunder, isn't it? All right, we have 2 for this next one. Although the Olympics are still over a year away, the Japanese synchronized swimming team is already considered a long shot. Or, the Jumbo Jets are going to have their way tonight. Well, this is a long news. Professional bicycle racer Frankie Andrews scratches his head as he suddenly realizes it's really bad for men to have a steel alloy support tube 4 inches from their nuts. The Antique Vibrators Museum opened in Sunnyvale, California this week. From the Where Are They Now file, Chuck Mangione. Tanya Harding and her white trash family toured New York City this week. And finally, in England this week, Link from Mod Squad witnessed the 21-gun salute. Guess what, folks? That's the news. I am out of here. Sandra Bullock. Next week, Roseanne.
Welcome to NBC All Night. Now a classic episode of Saturday Night Live.
We're back. I'm David Brinkley. Well, the 1996 presidential election is still a year and a half away. But already the field of Republican hopefuls is crowded with the likes of Phil Gramm, Lamar Alexander, Pat Buchanan, and here with us